Happy Monday, y'all. Welcome to episode 11 of Keeping It G with G, the podcast. Again, I'm going to start this episode off with expressing my gratitude for anyone who has shared, given me feedback, has motivated me, told me to keep pushing, that they find healing in this podcast, and that they're taking notes. I appreciate each and every one of you who take the time out to DM me or who has left a review. I am truly grateful for that, and I hope you guys enjoyed Genesis at the end of last episode, telling you guys thank you for tuning in. She'll randomly just say it. If we're at home, she'll just randomly look at me and say, "Keeping it G with G" on the podcast. So I had to share that moment with you guys because it's everything. As soon as she says it, it lets me know that I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and she's my biggest support system. So whenever I feel like I want to quit, I know that I can't, because I know randomly Genesis is going to say that, and I have to keep it going, especially for me and especially for my baby. So with that being said, let's get straight into this week's topic. And I think it's a topic that you guys are going to love. And it's called knowing better versus doing better. And I'm going to be completely honest. I'm extremely guilty of this. We know better what not to do, and we still do the complete opposite. Whether you're someone like me who loves to give people the benefit of the doubt, or give yourself the benefit of the doubt by making excuses for yourself, ultimately you really just end up hurting yourself because you simply just know better and you just don't want to do better. This can pertain to anything with life in general, whether it's dieting, exercising, letting go of bad habits, or letting go of dead weight in friendships or relationships. If it's not making you better, it will for sure make you worse over time, especially if you are attached, or if you continue to give people chance after chance to continue to prove you right about things, or if it pertains to yourself with just not calling yourself out on your BS, will really stunt your growth, and you will really be in your own way for the rest of your life if you know better what to do, but you don't do better because you're so stuck in your ways. What's helped me personally is writing verbatim the pros and cons of the situation. If it's flexible and I can work with it, then I try my best to compromise and work with it. But if it begins to be exhausting or draining and I just feel too full, if it ain't adding up, it's getting subtracted. And that pertains to me as well with my own behavior or my own things. I know that I can't stay stuck in my ways forever, because then I won't grow into the woman that God intends on me being. So I'm not perfect. I'm a work in progress daily. And I tell a lot of my friends that, don't be so down on yourself if you make a mistake. You have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive other people. You cannot let resentment take root in your heart or in your spirit, because it will really stifle your growth, holding on to things that are not good for you. And I know it sounds egotistic, but for me, it's not selfish to subtract things out of my life that do not add substance to it, because it's my life, it's my choice. When you know better, you do better. And once you take the steps on subtracting the things out of your life that do not serve a purpose in your life, you'll start to see the positive effects in your life. But you have to stay consistent to see the changes blossom. And it's okay if you take a step back. Just be sure to call yourself out on it. Gather yourself and do better moving forward. If you know better, do better. Do not hold on to toxic behavior, toxic friendships, toxic relationships. And by that, I mean, if it's something that you have repeatedly have to go to someone with, I think I talked about this in another episode, but it gets draining when you have to constantly bring up a conversation to try to come to a common ground, because it's just not healthy. So you need to be able to know when something is not good for you. It doesn't matter if it's a bad eating habit, if it's a drinking habit, if it's a friendship, a job, a relationship. If it's not good for you, let it go. Period. It's nothing more that I really can say, except we're adults and we have to be more responsible for our own shit. It's no one else's fault. You have to be responsible. You have to want to do better, and you have to do the work, because you can say that you want to be better and do better forever and ever, but if you're not doing the work to actually become a better person, then all of that is said for nothing. So it's imperative that you guys stick to the promises that you make yourself, so that you can start to see the growth in you. Because we're too old to continuously have these excuses for ourselves, or to blame other people for our shortcomings, or to put that responsibility on other people to make us happy, or what have you. Whatever it is that you need to do better at, I'm going to encourage you to write it down and take the necessary steps that you need to become a better person. No one is going to judge you. I'm not, at least. And if people do judge you for cutting off something or trying to be a better person, then that's their own issue. You're responsible for yourself. So just keep that in mind and just do better, y'all. Just be patient with yourself. Be patient with your growth. You're not perfect. I know y'all probably tired of me telling y'all that y'all aren't perfect, but I want you to understand that you can make mistakes. You just have to forgive yourself and forgive other people as well, and just be more compassionate towards yourself and your journey as a human being. And that will I'm coming to a close with the episode. I want to start keeping the episodes short and sweet, because if I don't, then I'll continue to ramble, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to work on the podcast website, so you guys be looking forward to that. Be patient with me. Thanks again for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. DM me for any advice, or if you have any topic suggestions, please do not be afraid to share them with me. I am open for any suggestions or any feedback. Share it with your family, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you guys on next week for episode 12. Have a blessed week. Stay optimistic, stay positive, and stay motivated. All right, y'all. Have a good one.